Okay, we're making a world famous training video right now. We're live in period 2. Period 2, check in! Woo! All right, we got everybody here. So, this character animator training video number 1. This is for HelloFL, which is just basic beginning use of Adobe Character Animator. Your objective is to make a 5-second video, use a 5-second animated video where you just say hello world. And you're going to use motion capture and the puppet, the rigs in Character Animator to create this video. Alright, so let's get started with Character Animator. So go to the launch pad. If you don't already have it in your quick start bar like I do right there, if you don't have it there, just go ahead and scroll through and look for Character Animator. Make sure you're using 2020 version so it matches up with my screen. Click on that. Take a moment for it to open up. Alright, so pick one of these puppets. Later on, we will work on making changes to these existing puppets or creating your own puppet. This one's kind of an interesting one too, by the way. But I'm going to go to Tall and click him. Alright, so we've got, we've opened up this character, this puppet, in the record screen. There's also the rig screen. That's where we might make changes to the character, and then there's home where you can go back if you need to, okay? And it'll list your projects here, and we'll go ahead and save this later, but I'm going to go back to record where I've got Tull, and it's kind of a lot going on over here, but let's just keep it to its basics. First, I want you to make sure that this area is working for you over here. So the blue icons indicate that the webcam's on and the microphone's on, and you should see a response here. If you're not seeing anything, or if it says audio level low, that's because you have your Mac connected to your AirPods, and you need to go over here to Character Preferences, and you should see the default input being the built-in microphone. If it says it's your AirPods, switch it to this built-in microphone. Okay, and then click OK. And that should fix that audio problem. You might also be experiencing an outage here, complete outage, and if that's the case, call me over, and I'll well, you can fix it actually yourself. This is what you need to do. No, you know what? Call me over. It was a one-time fix. I'll help you with that. All right. So the first thing we got to do is set the rest pose. So I'm going to get that from this little button here. You should see a green light right up there, right where the camera's at. That means your camera's on, right? And these are blue. Now my camera's off. See that? And the green light went out on the screen. Turn the camera back on. It's back on. See how that works. So just make sure those are on. And you just want to stare at it and then click that set rest pose. So I'm going to stare. Click that. There we go. Now you should see those motion capture dots all around. So you could see it gets my eyebrows, tries to focus on my eyes, my glance of my eyes, and my mouth. Okay, so and tilting of my head. Okay, so those are the things you could see that it controls. You see that? Okay. Yeah. All right. So you also might have selected a puppet that has arms. You can move these arms, okay, as you might want, either while you're recording live, or you can record live in multiple passes. So I'm going to set the arms there right now, just right, so I can do different gestures like that as I'm talking, possibly. And that brings us down to our timeline. So right now we have our timelines here with our Tull character. and it goes all the way out to, I believe, 5 minutes or so, but actually mine's set at 5 seconds. I'm going to show you how to set that and control that, the length of your video before we exit. So we want to set that to 5 seconds, and I'm just going to wait till the end to do that. Now, if I click over here, this is the background colors. So I can either make use of a color, or I can make a checkerboard. For this project, I want you to put your own background image there. So I'm going to set this to checkerboard. Okay, so it's transparent, and that's the first thing I want to do is get that background image. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to have to download something off the internet. Make sure it's on the larger size. Our frame size is 1920 by 1080. It's full HD. So that's basically 2,000 pixels wide by 1,000 pixel tall, right around there. So when we go to the internet to grab our pictures or a picture, we'll want to pay attention to that those numbers that show up at the bottom. So that's 640 by 640, so it's kind of on the small side. That's 480 by 360 on the small side. Here's one a little bit bigger. We're going to have to stretch them out if they're smaller than the frame size, and that might not look so good. So just kind of hover over these different photos until you find something that's a little more high def. Here's one that's pretty close. All right. So that's an example. If you're going to take the image off the internet, you would click it and then right click over it and save image as, and make sure it's a JPEG. Make sure it says JPEG right there. If it doesn't say JPEG, find a different picture. And also make sure it's going in your documents so you know, and then click save. Okay. All right, now if you're going to get a photo, like a photo booth or whatever, you would browse to wherever that is. So I've already got a picture I want to make use of. It's the garden picture that we've got, so I'm going to go browse to that. In any case, you're going to go File, Import. File, Import. And then you're going to want to look where your images are at, and it'll only highlight the pictures that are available. So I'm going to grab this guy right here and click import. You would find yours the same way. All right, it's going to show up here in your list. I've got a lot of stuff because I've been doing a lot of different things with this, but all your resources will be right here. And what you want to do is from there, drag it down below Tull. Just drag it down there, and it'll put it there for you. Okay. And if you look at the transform on the right, if you click on this image, so it's highlighted, then these transform tools will allow you to change the scale of the background image. So you could see that this picture is much bigger than my frame size, so I can kind of get all that checkerboard filled up by zooming in like that. Okay. You could also move the position of it if you want to, go from left to right or top to bottom on the image too. All right. Looks like my arms got all silly again. Oh, it's not responding because I need to go back up here and click on that layer, the Tull layer. Okay, now it's responding again. Let me put that there. I'm just going to keep this handy because I'm going to wiggle it in a second. Now we're ready to record our hello world message. Okay, so I'm going to go to this record button right here, right there. And I'm going to click it. It's going to give you 3 seconds. 3 seconds to record. And then you're live. It's recording. All right, so let's do this. Hello, world. Okay. And then stop it when it's done. It's going to create the waveform on a new layer. It'll be take one audio. So if I want to rewind that playhead, I can go ahead and click the play button now.
Hello, world! Okay.
All right.
And then I would stop it.
Okay.
Hello, world!
Okay. Let me stop that. All right. And that is pretty much what I want you to do for this video. So the last thing you've got to do is, oh wait, let me play that again. Okay, now let's say I didn't put any arm motion in there, right? I just have the arm up there. If I want to, I can do this again. I can click record again and not do any talking. But I want to turn off my microphone so that I don't record myself from the recording. So I'm going to turn off the microphone, and I'm going to reset the way I want my arm to be, and I'm going to click play again. Record again. Get the 3 count.
Hello, world!
And then I can.
Okay. And then I would stop it.
And then stop. So now I've just extended my video, but that's okay. I'm going to trim it later. So now let me play it again.
Hello, world!
And you can see it recorded that motion on the second pass.
And then I would stop it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep it simple. Keep it just like that. Turn my microphone back on in case I forget next time. The last thing I need to do is set this to 5 seconds long. Set this video, clip this video to 5 seconds. So for that, I'm going to go up to my settings for my scenes. I believe that's my scene right there. I've done a lot of scenes. You'll just have one scene if this is the first one you've done. So it'll just say scene and then the name of the puppet. So click on that. And then over here on the right side, you'll see the settings for the frame rate, the duration, and the screen size. So keep the frames at 24 frames a second. The duration, I'm going to type in 5. And I'm going to keep the width and the height of the screen. So I'm going to click out to get that established. Nope, I said 5. I want that to be 5. Okay, there it goes. Now you can see that this video is just 5. This is the length of the video right here. Don't worry about this. This is all going to be trimmed off when I go to export. It's just going to export the first 5 seconds of this. So let's do that now. We're done.